In this section, we're looking at what we call the real versus nominal principle. It becomes very important when we talk about monetary values to distinguish between real values and nominal values. So let's look at an example here where we're looking at the real value versus the nominal value of where we're looking at the real value versus the nominal value of money. We really want to be careful when we look at dollar values to distinguish between real and nominal values. Here's an example of the real value of the minimum wage. If we compare values from 1974 to values in 2011, we can get some insight into what the differences between real and nominal values are. Here's the example. Let's look at the minimum wage paid in the two different years. In 1974, the minimum wage was $2. In 2011, the minimum wage was $7.25. Now, the nominal value of something is the actual dollar value. So the nominal value of the real wage in 1974 was $2. The nominal value in 2011 was $7.25. Which is better? In nominal value, this is clearly higher. This is $7.25 versus $2. But which would you rather have? And now this is a question that you want to be able to answer. Anyone could say that $100 in 2011 is not worth as much as $100 in 1911. Now that's the basic difference between real and nominal values. Why is it that $100 in 1911 would be more than $100 in 2011? Because it buys more. It's worth more. That's the real value. The real value of a dollar is how much it is able to buy you. Here's how we might be able to compare them. Let's look back at 1974. 1974, the real minimum wage, the nominal minimum wage was $2 per hour. Weekly income from the minimum wage was $80. If you worked 40 hours and earned $2 an hour, you'd get $80. But in 1974, prices were such that the cost of a standard basket of goods was $47. So how many baskets of goods could you buy if you worked for a week? If you worked for a week, you could earn $80. Each basket of good cost you $47. So for a 1 week's work, you could buy 1.7 baskets of goods. Now let's look at 2011. The nominal minimum wage is $7.25. But prices were higher in 2011 than they were in 1974. So much higher that that same basket of goods cost $225 instead of $47. So if you worked 40 hours in a week, earning $7.25 per hour, you'd get $290. That $290 would buy you 1.29 baskets of goods, because the price of the basket of goods is now $225. So let's look at the real value of the minimum wage. In 1974, the nominal minimum wage was $2, but it could buy you 1.7 baskets of goods if you worked a 40-hour week and earned $80. In 2011, working 40 hours, earning $7.25, could buy you 1.29 baskets of goods. So even though the nominal minimum wage was lower in 1974 than it was in 2011, 40 hours worth of work earning that nominal wage could earn you 1.7 baskets of goods in 1974 and only 1.29 baskets of goods in 2011. So the real value of the minimum wage was higher in 1974 than it was in 2011. So this is an example of why it's very important to distinguish between the real value of money and the nominal value of money. Even though you earn more dollars in 2011 than you did in 1974, those dollars in 1974 were worth more. The real value of that minimum wage was higher in 1974 than it was in 2011.